Welcome back to Stylist Soul Tribe Conversations. I am joined today by Michelle Golden. Michelle and I met many, many moons ago through Thriver Society. We were both pretty early on members when it was in a smaller group, and
Mhm.
she joined Stylist Soul Tribe, I think it was in like 2021.
Yeah, into 2020, early 2021.
And
So,
many years. So Michelle, when I met her, was a stylist, a booth renter, booth or
yep,
suite, booth renter.
boots.
She is now a salon owner, and it's been really cool watching her journey and watching her navigate all of this over the last however many years. I was just thinking about podcast episodes and who I could have on. And I was like, I should really have Michelle come on and kind of tell her story, talk about, this chapter that you're in right now, the lessons you've learned, all the things. So we were chatting before I hit record and just kind of talking about what we were going to go over. And she said, how deep do you want to go? And I said, the more depth, the better. So I think this is going to be a pretty deep one. I think we're going to dive into the deep end together. So yeah, Michelle, go ahead and briefly introduce yourself, and then let's kind of start to tell the story. I'll interrupt, I'll ask you questions, and we'll just kind of jam. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. I'm Michelle Golden. I am a hairstylist and now salon owner of Salon Au here in Ankeny, Iowa. This is my 19th year of being a hairstylist. I have an almost 22-year-old and I've been married almost 25 years.
Wow.
So a lot has changed, even just in my career. I believe it was 2014.
Yeah.
Booth rented for a really long time, and then I went to a suite, and then as of May 1st, well, I guess let me take it back. Actually, as of February 19th, I became a salon owner because that's when I signed my lease.
You have,
So,
fair to say, covered
yeah,
all of the bases that this
literally.
industry has to offer.
Yep.
You are a booth
Yep.
rental salon, so I guess maybe not a commission salon owner. That's the
Yep.
one thing you haven't dipped your toes in yet. But like, wow, talk about a plethora of experience
Yes.
and things
Yep.
that you have been through in this industry. So yeah, take us back to even prior to doing hair. Because when you said how deep
Okay.
do you want to go, you kind of said, well, my
Yeah.
story is this, kind of
Yep.
talked about the pain points, those like
Yep.
pivotal moments that really kind of shape who we are. So let's go back to
Perfect.
those.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, if you don't know who I am or haven't been around me and you don't know my story, I was always the shy little girl who was scared of her shadow.
Mm.
I was always told from family members, teachers, just people in my everyday life back when I was a youngster that I was never going to make it.
Mm.
I wasn't worth it. At one point, I was being told I wish I was never born.
Mm.
So that kind of fueled my fire
Yeah. Do
to
you remember?
where,
Okay, so thinking back, you're a
yeah,
young kid, you're very timid, you're very shy, you're very nervous. When did that switch from like nerves and self-doubt to, you know what? Fuck all these. Like, when did you when did you gain consciousness to think like, oh no, I'm actually going to start using that as fuel? What age was that?
gosh, I don't remember exact age, but it was probably, I would say like just out of high school. So
Okay.
18,
Just like
19,
finding yourself, becoming
20.
a
Yeah.
human in this world.
Yeah.
What is this
And
going
that
to be
was
like?
and that was because I met my now husband to
Okay.
where it was he was very supportive.
He
And
helped you find your
so,
voice.
yep.
Love
But
that.
also too, I did like, so long story short, I was 14 and I was sexually assaulted by a family member.
Mm.
And back then, when all that happened, I realized that, okay, I'm the only one that can protect myself.
Mm.
I'm the only one that can, I'm trying to think of the word and now I'm drawing a blank.
It's okay. Yeah, but
But
protect yourself
yeah,
so that no one's gonna, you can't really trust maybe the
yep,
people
yep,
around you.
yep,
I know just the damage that comes with that as well. I mean, the
yep.
trauma response that comes with that. Did that turn into like anger? Like, what would you say that turned into when that kind of shifted from this like shy, timid to like
More like I'm going to prove to you that
a
I'm worth more.
drive?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and I would say probably even from that point on, you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to turn around and show you I can. So
Mm.
then as I got older and more people were like, "Oh, you suck. You're never going to make it." I'm like
Hmm.
even opening the salon, I had some people come out of the woodwork and go, "Ugh, why? Why are you doing this? You're never going to make
Mm.
it. You're going to close in 6 months." I'm like, we
Mm.
just got voted top 5 of the best salon
Insane.
and we haven't even we've only been open 3 months.
Yeah.
So I'm like, watch me.
You're very
watch
much like the
these.
haters are my motivators
Yeah,
kind of vibe.
exactly.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
It's one of those things like, and a lot of people like, oh, don't tell her no, because she'll turn
Mhm.
around and do it. And I'll show you how I did
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
that's like with these girls that I'm helping support, even though we are booth rent, like I told them at our first meeting, like, you can ask me anything.
You're the salon owner, you're the leader. When you're booth rental, sometimes you think of almost like a landlord, but you're also a
Yep.
mentor to these girls
Yes.
that are in your
Yep.
space. That's the whole package deal that comes with this. Okay, so let's go back to when did you get your cosmetology license? What was that journey? How did you know that this was like the space for you? And tell me how that all kind of
Yeah, awesome.
came to life.
Okay, so I went to school May of 2006,
Mm-hmm.
graduated in '07.
Okay.
When I first went to the school, it was the Salon Professional Academy.
Yep. T-Spa.
And I
Yeah.
was just T-Spa.
Mm-hmm.
I was only supposed to go for a meeting, and I was actually going to go for massage therapy.
Okay.
And the lady that I had the meeting with was like, oh, that's not going to be open for another year, but we're opening a really small cosmetology class. There's only going to be 10 of you. Would you be interested? I'm like, blonde box bobbed hair. My mom
Mm-hmm.
used to cut my hair, like I used to go to Great Clips. I knew nothing about hair, all the things. And I was like, sure, why not? Amber
Isn't that
was,
crazy, the butterfly effect
it
of
was
that? Like
so
one
crazy.
person says something and that just changes everything.
Yeah. And Amber was maybe 3 going on 4 at that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I want something that I could still be a mom, but
Mm.
have a career.
Have the
Can this
freedom.
work?
Yeah.
And so I get home. I wasn't supposed to sign anything. I was just supposed to go to a meeting. And my
Hmm.
husband's like, how'd it go? And I'm like, I start class in May.
And it's not even for massage, it's for hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so after that, I was like, I really honestly, like, I try to think back to my Cosmo day, like school days, and this sounds weird. I don't remember a lot. So in 19 years, I'm like,
Yeah.
that was just a
A
small
blip.
glimpse of my
Uh-huh.
life.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
But
graduated
when
in
you think
'07.
back, do you remember like enjoying it and being like, oh yeah, this is definitely for me? Or did that come later?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I was one of the older ones in that class,
Yeah.
so I didn't necessarily feel like I fit in with them.
Okay. You were just there to get your
I
degree.
had a
Yeah.
kid. Yeah, I
Hmm.
had a kid, but I also had that small anxiety of, well, I've been told my whole life I'm never going to make
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to get close to these people
Yeah.
because I don't want to get burnt. And
Mm.
so I kind of put up that wall and I just
Yeah.
like kind of focused,
On
just get
school.
through.
Yeah.
I want a career. I want something that I can still be a mom. And
Yeah.
it was one of those things like, it was just a moment to get
Yeah.
me where I'm at now.
Totally.
So,
Totally. And you said you started as commission, went
yeah.
to booth
Yeah.
rental, went to your suite. Any like major moments that you think of during that time that were really shaped you?
When I moved from Ames to Ankeny, I lost half my clientele
Mm.
because it's 30 minutes. And
And
that's
that was
when
what
I,
year?
2018
Okay.
is right after I joined Thrivers. I was being bullied in
Mm.
that salon that I was at. I was chair rental there. And
Mm.
I was just like, I can't do this. I'm not in
Mm.
high school anymore. This
Yeah.
is stupid. This is not what I thought it was going to be. How can I shift? And
Yeah.
then the suites in Iowa started to ramp up. That's when I moved. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put my faith that I can do this. I always tell myself failure is not an option. So, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
And with knowing what Thrivers did for me in Ames, it took me 3 months to.
Build that right back.
So,
Incredible. Love.
yep.
And
Yeah.
then from 2018 to just now, you were in the
Yes.
same spot.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yep.
So, when did you start to feel discontent within your suite? When did you know you wanted to grow beyond that? How did the opportunity present itself for the
Yep.
salon? Kind of tell
Yep.
that story.
Yep. So I didn't actually, I still loved my suite very much.
Okay. Yeah.
I took on an apprentice. So
Hmm.
Iowa is associated with, and I'm going to totally screw up the name,
Okay.
a Shanti apprentice program, I
Okay.
think is how you pronounce it, or
Okay.
a Shardy. But so Shay, worked down the hall for me, who is a licensed esthetician,
Hmm.
we were having lunch together because we kind of bonded when she moved into the suites that where I were at, and she joined Thrivers, and so that's kind of how we connected. And
Yeah.
She would help me with makeup for weddings. And we were eating lunch one day, and she's like, I think I want to go back to school and do hair
Yeah.
because I want to do the head spas. And in order to do the head spa, I need a cosmetology license. And I went, hold on, we could do this under
Hmm.
me with this apprentice for, and it takes a year and a half to 2 years, and it's
Amazing.
on the job training. She still has her book work. I pay her as an employee, so an
Mm.
hourly employee. And then, so we started that. We couldn't figure out who to talk to. We finally got it figured out a
Mm.
week before Thanksgiving. And then with all that, we were like, okay, we're in our holiday rush. Can we wait till January? So this is kind of how this whole salon thing kind of happened.
Okay.
So January, I took her on as an apprentice. We started that. It was going so good in my 100 square foot room. It
Yeah.
was her, me, and my client. And I was
Mm.
like, we're running out of
It's
room
tight.
really
Yeah.
fast
Mm.
for what we wanted to do. And so it started like, I wonder if I could do this. Like, could I find a space that was already a salon that wouldn't cost, 100 to $500,000 to do?
Mm.
And so I started looking. I looked at a couple places, and then I came here, and I was like instantly seeing all these different
How
signs.
did you
Like,
find the space that you're at?
he had posted it on Facebook Marketplace, and
Amazing.
so
And how far was it from where you were?
it's 4 minutes.
Incredible. I mean, you're
Yep,
like, you
yep.
just can't beat that.
And we actually were closer to Des Moines in our old place than we were in Ankeny, and now we're like in the heart of Ankeny.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so I took her on as an apprentice in January. February 19th, I signed the lease for this place. We opened May 1st.
And it was,
So
you didn't have
fast.
to do a ton of renovations because it was already a salon.
Yep, yep. So
Yeah.
the plumbing, the electrical was here. It had been sitting open for a while. So I
Hmm.
did negotiate a couple things with the landlords that like, hey, like, this is not my first rodeo. Can we work
Hmm.
this, and this? So
And
I
tell us the
came,
details of that. How long was
yeah,
it sitting like available that nobody was biting on?
five
I thought you were
years.
going to say 5 months. Whoa. Okay. So you're like, there's definitely negotiation power here. They haven't had anyone in here. Nobody is interested. You. Wow.
Well, it was a complete empty space when I
But it
came
had the
in,
plumbing. Well, yeah, I
but it had
guess.
the
So yeah.
plumbing. Yep,
Okay, but
yep,
anyone could have gone in the
yeah,
last five
yeah,
years.
yep.
Was it overpriced? Why do you think that
Not
they?
really. I don't, so I think what happened, because the girl that was here before in 2020, I think she had moved
Hmm.
or stopped doing hair. I'm
Yeah,
not for
2020
sure.
probably shut her down, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
who knows?
that's what
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking. I don't know for sure. So,
Yeah.
and I just think that nobody could get in, and
Wow.
this COVID did a lot of damage.
It
So, and
did.
not just
Yeah.
like with the health, but like business wise, a
Yeah.
lot of people were scared. I was scared
Totally, yeah.
for
It
a
was, and
while.
it took a long time to recover.
Yeah.
And you're Midwest like me, so I don't think we were
Yep.
quite as affected the same way that like
Yes.
California and
Yep.
Canada and things like
Yep.
that were. But
Yep.
yeah, wild. Okay, so it's sitting
Yep.
open for 5 years. So you're like, I definitely have negotiation powers. Share
Yep.
as much as you feel comfortable with
Yep.
how you
Yep.
negotiated that.
Yeah. So let's see. I negotiated. They pulled the carpet out of Shay's facial room because I had
Hmm.
asked, I'm like, if I do this, are you coming with me?
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
for sure.
if I do this apprentice thing, you're not going to leave me later
Hmm.
on, right? And we
Yep.
both had an agreement. And so
So is she an
uh,
employee of yours then?
he's an employee.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And
Yep.
she's gonna stay an employee, or once she graduates,
Um,
she'll rent.
Maybe
Okay.
we're talking about it. It kind of depends on space wise and how
Hmm.
at our negotiation with her and I with the
Yeah.
other room, because we have two spa rooms. She's
Okay.
taking one, the other one still has carpet. And so I told her, I was like, we could pull that carpet and you could do your hair in one and your facials in the other, but we
Hmm.
need to talk pricing wise.
Yeah.
So we still have a time to do that to where, it's not going to happen tomorrow by any
For
means.
sure.
But
For sure.
with the carpet, putting new floor in, because it had sat open for a long time, I had them look at my water heater, the furnace, the air conditioner, the plumbing, and there was one other thing, and now I can't remember. Anyway, so I got all the major things that could have went wrong fixed.
Oh,
And
which is
then,
pretty standard. Did you
yeah,
negotiate cost quite a bit
absolutely.
or not really?
I was able to get 50% of the rent for the first 4 months off.
Okay. Okay.
And then they didn't
Hmm.
charge me until May.
Like a grace
So,
period.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
And then, so yeah, all I had to do is just come in. I did a deep, deep clean
Yeah.
because you can only imagine the spider webs and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I just repainted two of the walls, painted Shay's room, painted the shampoo area, and then just buy the decor, the stations, all
Amazing.
the stuff. I have tried to open a salon once before.
Mhm.
This was pre-pandemic, and I'm glad I got out of that because then COVID happened. That was kind of like
Do you want to talk about that story a little bit,
yep,
or it's
sure.
not really worth it?
Not really. It was a full-on build out, like from floor to ceiling, like brand
How
new.
far did you get in to it?
I almost signed the lease for
Okay.
them, but their realtor was like ghosting me. And
Oh, okay.
so I was like, I don't know if you remember this. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I kind of talked about it in Soul Tribe, but
Uh-huh.
I was like, I need to know what's happening. And she just
Yeah.
would never answer me. So I was like, okay, bye.
I do remember
No,
that, but now you're looking back and you're like, that was such a blessing. Like it was
yeah,
annoying at the time, but you
literally.
didn't push it and it was such
Yep.
a blessing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was going to cost me 500 grand from
Wow.
complete build out.
And you like got pre-approved for all of that and
All
you're
of
are
all
you
of it.
comfortable sharing? You don't have
Yeah,
to, we can cut this part out
absolutely.
what this salon
Yeah,
is because I think a lot of people
absolutely.
like to know that.
Yeah, so I'm very thankful, grateful, blessed, all the things, and I'll tell you why here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I've only spent maybe 35,000.
Incredible.
And I had a couple clients who donated some money towards it. And then I had
Mm-hmm.
one client, and her name is Nikki. I'm sure she won't care that I mentioned her,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I want to
Feels
shout
good
her
to
out to
talk
the
about her.
rooftop.
Yeah.
She donated 10 grand.
Wow.
And
I mean,
so
no strings attached. What did that look
no
like? Because I knew
strings.
you were looking for investors, but I didn't
Yes.
know
Okay.
exactly how
So
that all
yeah.
happened.
So what I had come up with, I came up with like memberships
Hmm.
because that first time I wanted to do it pre-pandemic, I had a lot of clients who were like, I want to help you, I want to help you. And I was like, I
Hmm.
don't want to take your money. That's weird.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then I was like, with this, I was like, okay, I still have them wanting to help me. How can I make it beneficial for both of us so I
Yeah, and
don't
tons of
feel
businesses get investors, and like you just
weird?
have to do it appropriately. Yeah.
Exactly. So I came up with a couple membership, like basically it was like if you donated $500, you got an extra $100 credit and it
Okay.
kind of thing. And then there
Like
was
600
one,
in services. I
yeah,
see. Okay,
yep,
cool.
yeah. And then there was one that like if you donated 1,000, you get like priority booking for like 6 months, a retail package.
How'd you present that to people?
I just made a graphic and I posted it, sent it through my email
I
blast.
knew you did like an email asking for investors, and I
Yep.
think that that is so
Yep.
creative.
Yep.
And so, how many people did you end up having take you up on that?
I had two big ones
Oh,
and four like smaller amounts. Yeah.
wow. Talk about the
So it's
power
a
of like
very,
networking and having a
yep,
community around you. That's
yep,
incredible.
exactly. Yep.
That is
So,
incredible.
yep,
And like it goes to show of like, what's it hurt to ask? Like the worst she
exactly.
can get is no.
Yep,
Wow.
exactly. Yep. So,
Wow. That's
yep.
incredible.
Yeah. And I
Um,
feel very blessed that they support me
and saw that
because
vision.
the
Yeah.
little girl in my head's going, wait, when's the
Or
shoe gonna
some people turn to their family
be?
maybe to help them do these big
Yeah.
things or something. Yeah, that's really incredible.
Yeah.
And yeah, for real, shout out to Nikki and whoever else that
Yes.
was because
Yep.
that's just amazing and beautiful. And it just really goes to show again the impact that I think the hair that us as hairstylists make on people. Like
Absolutely.
we don't realize you get to a point and you realize that like you get to a point where you are looking to invest, and like as an investor, she was probably more than happy to give that to you.
Yeah.
She's going to spend 10 grand with you over the
Yep.
years. She has no doubt in her mind.
Absolutely.
She's sitting on extra
Yep.
capital. That helps
Yep.
things out with her taxes and finances. I mean, talk about like a true angel investor. That's
Yep.
incredible. You're not
Amazing.
giving up any equity or anything in your business whatsoever.
No,
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 this
they
is
get,
just
so like
service.
Nikki gets free haircuts for, I think it's 2 years.
I mean, look, but damn near maybe for life
She
because
takes,
bless
yeah,
Nikki.
she's
Yeah,
got a short haircut. She takes me like 20 minutes.
incredible.
Like it's, yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
I gave her a really good retail package. We are gonna do like a friends day for it's just her and her friends and me where pamper them as much as I
Love.
can. I think that's gonna be in October, I think is what
Wow.
we decided. And then there was something else I can't remember.
No,
But
that's
priority
incredible.
booking, like she gets to book out however many she
Now, I
wants.
can't help but ask, is this just kind of like a we know each other, we trust each other? She was happy to give that out of the kindness of her heart, or was there like a contract involved with that? Did you have like lawyers look over
Not
that?
necessarily a contract, nobody signed anything, but I
Yeah.
did have like my membership written out. And
Okay.
so like I handed that. This is
And you
what you
have
get.
all intents to follow
Yes,
through with that. But
absolutely. And
she
I
was at the
have,
point where she was like, I would give you this
yep,
even without
yeah.
all of that.
Well, she still tips me for her haircuts.
I love
Like,
Nikki.
so I know
Oh,
Nikki is
wow.
amazing.
Wow. You know, one of my
So,
favorite clients is named Nikki as well. That's really
oh,
funny. There's something
yep.
about them
They're
Nikki's.
just
That's
awesome.
incredible.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
she is awesome. Mine is as well. So
yeah.
shout out to all the Nikki's
So
out there. That's
like
amazing.
I think that made her feel really special too, because like when she came in, like for her first, I had made it so she was the first haircut ever in the salon.
As she should be.
Like
Yeah.
before we even had opened. Like I had her come in days before,
That's precious.
so that way she could feel special and
The weight of gratitude that
yeah,
you have. Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
Yep, yep. So
wow.
I
Wow,
know
wow,
it's
wow. So
crazy.
neat. How many chairs do you have again, Michelle?
I have five, and then Shay's in the back room.
And you are officially full, right?
I am
Which is
with
wild.
4 people on a wait list.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about that. So I obviously know Maddie. Maddie's Dottie
Yes.
is also in Soul Tribe, and she just made the transition
Yep.
to Michelle's salon. And I remember she was so torn. Like, what if my clients don't follow me? Is this the right thing to do? Obviously, the feels that come with leaving a place you've been at for years. So there's clearly something happening where people see your vision, they see your
Yep.
passion, they see the mission behind Salon AU. So I guess tell us a little bit about like how that vision came to life, what you think it is that makes you different and makes
Yeah.
people drawn to you, how you filled your chairs that quickly, and what this waitlist situation looks
Oh
like.
my gosh.
Because what a dream.
I know it's so crazy. I honestly, like I was telling Maddie the other day, I don't feel like this is real. I feel like
Oh,
I'm dreaming. I really do. Like it hasn't, like it's kicked in, but it hasn't fully kicked in,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Salon AU. So if you don't know what the AU stands for, on the
Hmm.
periodic table, AU stands for gold, my last name being Golden. My studio was Gold Hair Studio. So I
Yeah.
just evolved
Yeah.
over time. The logo is a square, so it looks like the periodic table.
Love.
With that, it goes into the golden experience. It's been
Love.
my marketing thing for
Ever.
probably since 2018 when I joined
Yeah.
Drivers. That's kind of how it has all kind of shifted in that way. When I first decided to do this, obviously Shay was coming with me. I told Maddie right away. I was like, "Girl,
You were hoping she
I
would.
will save
Yeah.
you a chair,"
Uh-huh.
because her and I are besties.
Yeah.
And she found me, and it's so funny because I think we've known each other 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
maybe. And she was just found me on social media and sent me a DM. I was like,
Wow.
"Girl, I see what you're doing. Tell me all
Love.
the things." And that's how we can. And so now
Incredible.
we go to classes together and all the
Incredible.
things.
Yeah.
So I knew that she was going to have to sit in that for
Yeah.
and mentally prepared to decide.
Well, and even like when she joined Soul Tribe, I won't say too much because she's not here, but like it's
Yeah.
very known that she was thinking about
Yep.
moving
Yep.
locations. Like that's
Yep.
been something that's been on her heart for a while,
Yep.
but it was where to go and where to move. And so that's why I
Yep.
remember being on a call when she was like, Michelle really wants me to come. I'm like, dude,
Do
literally, what are
it.
you waiting for? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just could the signs be more clear? But making a jump like that just feels so
It's
scary.
hard. It's fair. And she's 30 minutes from us.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. I went
Yeah.
from Ames to Ankeny and lost half my clientele.
She was
I,
talking about how many new guest requests she's getting at this new location. Like she's gonna be just fine.
yep.
Yeah.
So my vision for the salon, because I never really wanted a true employee.
Yeah.
Now with Shay, it's different because I
Yeah.
know it's only like a year and a
Totally.
half. Did you?
All the while we can check in, the
Yep.
growth path can lead to her renting,
Exactly.
or
Yep.
again, we'll see what
Yep.
happens. It could not, but
Yep.
you didn't want to jump in head first and be like, now I'm going
Yep.
to take care of all of you as your boss, as your
Yes.
employee, as your
Yep.
entity. And like, and
For
yeah,
m- for me, it was I wanted a safe space for my younger self,
yeah, when you
my
were being
younger hair
bullied
self,
and mm-hmm,
being bullied by other stylists and the owners not stepping up
yeah,
to support
to create a culture that was
the creative
safe.
culture.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an open door policy. I don't have a contract. It's every 30 days as long as
Come
you
and
pay
go
your
as you
rent.
please. Yeah.
If you feel like it's time to go, I wish you nothing but the
Yeah,
best. I'll be sad that you're leaving or that it
totally.
didn't work out,
Yeah.
but it also gives the opportunity to where, okay, this is not working. We've
Mhm.
talked about X, Y, and Z multiple times. I
Yeah.
think it's best we part ways, but I wish you the best.
But then you can also know that everyone there wants to be there, or else they wouldn't be. No one's
Yep,
waiting for the six
yep,
months for their
yep.
contract to come
Nope,
out. You're not over here like, oh, I have to follow these rules before I can
yep,
terminate their lease.
yep,
Everyone genuinely wants to be right
yep,
where their feet are, and that's a
exactly.
good feeling.
Yep, exactly.
Love.
Even Shay, like we've talked about her expanding. Like,
Yeah.
what if she wants to open her own giant spa? I'm like, okay, tell me how I can help you.
How can I support you in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Love, love, love,
so
love. Anything else that you can think of that makes you guys different? And I know it's like a weird question and like puts you on the
no,
spot, so it's okay if nothing comes up. But like obviously you're there to protect your past self. What
yep.
else would you say it is that is really drawing these stylists to your new space?
Should we ask a stylist that's right here?
Oh my God, who is it?
Come here. Come here. This is my girl. This is Haley.
Hello.
What makes us different?
We're podcasting. It's okay if you don't
Oh,
have an answer, we
we're
can cut it out, but I'd love
podcasting.
to know.
Okay. Put you on the spot. Do you feel supported?
Oh, yes, I do.
Bang it.
She supported me more than
Somebody
I
else.
don't know if I can
It's okay. I got you.
All right, enough said, enough said. No,
Yeah.
but honestly, even the amenities, and I know you were like, I mean, it is deeper and it is about the mission, and the vision, but I know Maddie was saying that too. And I, being another Midwest salon, just kind of not a big, not a big city, kind of a small town, the bar is very low in
It
those
is.
Midwest
It really
towns. So,
is.
like, while to the industry as a whole, warm towels or massage chairs or all these little extra bells and whistles that you have, in the Midwest, in a small town in the middle of Illinois or Iowa, that really is setting the bar very high.
Yep. And it's not even so much like our amenities. It's like I still do my job form for new clients. I'm
Hmm.
asking very specific questions. And I even say at the top, I understand this is very overwhelming. This is probably not something that you've normally done, but
But this is what makes us different. Yeah.
it helps me make it so you feel seen, heard, and
Yeah.
loved. I can't tell you how many times I've had a new client that like, oh, I had a picture and this is what I wanted, but this is what I got. And she didn't listen to me, or there was a miscommunication somewhere. I had a new client a couple weeks ago. Bless her heart. She almost started crying because and her first words out of her mouth when I turned her to the mirror was
Mm.
feel like myself again. And I was just like I have goosebumps right
No,
now.
I love
Like
that.
just that I was able to get what she needed before she even sat in my
Love.
chair. So I know before she leaves out that door that she's gonna feel like herself.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what kind of that golden experience goes into is it's
Yeah.
not just about pretty hair. It's not just about telling us, you had a bad day. It's everything all together and
Hmm.
just the little things that kind of help bring it all together, if that
Love.
makes sense.
Yeah, totally the customer journey, the customer
Yeah.
experience. It sounds like it's just as much about the stylist as it is about the client and the
Yeah.
customer. I know on our last Soul Tribe call, I got so lit up and excited. We were even just talking about how to like play on that through marketing. And I don't know if you're doing any of that yet. We don't have to talk about that yet if it's
Or-
not. But like just the creativity that I feel buzzing out of you, I
Oh my
was just like,
God.
I need you to come on and share.
Yeah.
If you're
No, you're
ready to
good.
talk about it, I got so excited last
Heck
call.
yes. Okay, so Crystal in my Soul Tribe 6 group,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it was either during like one of our Marco Polos, she said she saw somebody ask ChatGPT, how can I make my business like the Taylor Swift effect? And I was like,
Yeah, so break
holy
that down. What does
cow.
that mean? ChatGPT said
So,
what? The Taylor Swift effect is the Easter eggs, the fan base,
yep,
the culture, the
yep.
you are the
All
part
those
of the
things. Yep.
community.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I kind of gave it some specific information. It needs to go with the golden experience. I had also been following another social media influencer. His name is Tim, and I cannot remember his last name, but it's if you just search Love Your Journey, he'll pop up. And
Okay.
he goes to all different places around the world. And the first person that finds him, almost like a scavenger hunt, gets a watch that his brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, how can I pull all this
Mhm.
together? And
Mhm.
I had already said that in ChatGPT. So then when I did the Taylor Swift effect, I was like, how can we incorporate this?
Yeah.
Well, with my last name being Golden, hence the Golden Experience
Mhm.
series,
Mhm.
aka Search for the Golden Ticket.
Love.
So tomorrow is the first day.
Amazing.
I've already done 2 clues. The third clue goes out today. The first ticket will be me with it. They have to come find me and they need to say,
What are the clues?
yep. Oh gosh, they're on my Instagram stories. If
Just
you
like
just,
a gist. Is it like are you
I
where are
don't
you
want to
gonna
give
well,
it
I guess you
away.
can't I was gonna say you can't say where you're gonna be, but this isn't gonna come
Yeah.
out for a few weeks, so you can. The clues
Okay.
are like you have to go to like if I was gonna be at a coffee shop, smells and beans and
Yeah.
something. Like what are the clues?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
So like it's close to the salon and she's sitting next to her favorite smelling blah blah like and
Okay.
ChatGPT helped me.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, it's a coffee shop. So
Okay.
because
Love.
this isn't
Love.
coming out for a while.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it's very close to the salon. So that I figured I'll just go sit. I have a tablet and then my phone. I'm gonna have Facebook and Instagram lives going.
Love.
See if somebody shows up. I'll have the ticket. I'll probably talk a little bit, just be like, "Come find me. Where am I?"
Uh-huh.
That kind of thing.
You're gonna have a golden ticket. Then that's like
Yep.
Willy Wonka
Yeah.
style kind of thing
Kind of.
too. Like if you find Michelle and you play
Yep.
along with the scavenger hunt,
Yep.
what do they get if they get the golden ticket?
Yeah. So on the ticket, there are 5. I have 10 of them that I'm going to do.
Okay.
Hopefully by the end of the year. My goal is
Okay.
to do a month.
Love.
My original idea was to do also small businesses, like hide
Hmm.
it in a small business somewhere.
Okay.
So it's kind of been like a hit and miss.
Yeah.
I can hide
Yeah.
it in a park somewhere.
Totally.
And if they find it, then they can bring it in. So on the golden tickets, it's anywhere from a service. Shay's going to do a facial. I have a retail package, the chair massage that we have. And then there's one more.
They get a special price.
One of my branded candles.
Cool.
So nothing major
We have
going
retail, we have service, we
to,
have
yeah.
amenities, we have all
Yep.
sorts of different things.
Yep. And
Love.
then they also get I got these gold swag bags from Amazon and they're all pure gold. And I'm going to have a bunch of goodies in that. So when they
Love.
come into the salon, they'll get that swag bag,
Amazing.
all that stuff, except for
So
maybe
fun.
tomorrow's. Since I'm doing it myself, I'll
Yeah.
do that one with it with the
Yeah.
golden ticket. So
It's been
I'm
so fun
excited.
just watching you be inspired and like hearing your team just ooze about how good it is. And I just wanted to like capture this moment in time so you can come back to it. You've been open for 3 months.
Yep.
You're fully staffed. Your chairs are
Yep.
full. You have a
Yep.
wait list, almost like double the capacity of your current salon. Like
Yeah.
you have a
Yeah.
hefty wait list.
Yeah.
Do you have is it too soon to say like what the future looks like or no?
I mean, I don't know. You never know what the future could happen.
Yeah.
We might let's go bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
It does feel a little too
Yeah.
soon to say. You're just kind of riding the high of this
Yep.
moment right now. I
Yep.
love. I'm so
Yeah.
happy to hear that. I'm so proud of you. It's
Thank
been
you.
so fun to watch. And I mean, we obviously get to check in monthly with our Soul Tribe calls, but I feel like from you selling your house to your daughter going off to school to all the things happening in your life, I just want to say I'm so genuinely amazed by you and the way that you just continue to keep going. Like you
Yeah.
said, failure is not an option. You're just going to
Yep.
keep doing it. I appreciate you opening up and
Mm.
sharing the deeper
Thank you.
backstory, especially like the really, really
Yeah.
vulnerable parts. I know the power in like telling your story and sharing that. So yeah, I hope that this inspires someone or helps someone listening today and being vulnerable and just sharing like the numbers, how you did it. Because there's so many people, and when you thought like one day I'd love to open a salon, it's like, how do we even do that? Like you said, a
Yes.
full build out, it's gonna be
Yeah.
500,000, $500,000. Where do
Yeah.
we even begin? It just took a lot of leapfrog steps to
Yes.
get there, you know?
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, any final
Oh,
thoughts before we wrap up, Michelle?
if anybody needs questions answered, like how I did it, shoot me a message.
Absolutely. Yep.
I'm an
Like I'm
open book.
human. Send me a message on Instagram.
Yep.
Let's talk. I would love to support you. So I will have all the information in the show notes of how to get in touch with Michelle. Awesome. Thank you, friend. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much for listening. Like I said, everything will be in the show notes, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye.
Bye.